Welcome back to another reaction video. Today I'm gonna be you've seen the title. I'm reacting to the Sandman. You know this. For people who are regular viewers of my channel, I have 2 other reaction series that I am not done yet. Don't worry, I am gonna go back to them, but this show dropped today, and I really, really want to watch it. So I will outline, I guess, my background with the Sandman. Virtually nothing. I have read some Neil Gaiman. I've read, I forget the name of the book, the one with the star that crashes to Earth. And I read Neverwhere, and I read Coraline, and a couple of others. Those are the only titles. I can't even remember one of those titles. But I know he's an author that I really, really like, and I always think I should read more, and I just, for some reason, never get around to it. I have not read any of his graphic novels. The Sandman, I do know a bit about. Back when I first came out, I think the books were coming out, whatever. I think the books were coming out at that point. But my closest friend at the time kept trying to get me to read them. And the way that he tried to sell me on them was by telling me that, sorry, I was a newly minted gay, and as such, I was, newly minted. I had been gay my whole life, but I was a newly out gay lady, and I was in a phase of just like really, really loving female singer-songwriters, particularly Ani DeFranco and Tori Amos. And I don't know if this is true. Let me know in the comments, but he always told me that the character of Death in the books, in the Sandman, was based on Tori Amos, or was like visually based on Tori Amos, and that some lyrics in her song, like she has a line, "Where's Neil when you need him?" He said that was Neil Gaiman. I don't know if that's true. I do know that I have tried to read this, but if you are not a regular viewer to my channel, I will just let you know, I am not visual. I am so profoundly not visual that it is very hard for me to read graphic novels. I have tried. I've read in my life, I read The Watchmen, and I read Y the Last Man, and I think that's it as far as graphic novels. They are just really hard for me to read. I get to the bottom of the page, and I realize I don't know what's happened because I forgot to pay attention to the pictures. So, yeah, this is a problem for me that I have to overcome, and so I end up just giving up. I start reading graphic novels. I think I even bought one compilation of the Sandman. I don't have it anywhere. I don't know where it would be now. But I start them and then I give up because it's so much extra work for me to read them, and I don't enjoy the process. But the story I've heard is amazing. I meant to listen to the audiobooks, but I am grown up with grown-up life responsibilities, and they just got in the way. And so I haven't even listened to the audiobook. So I know nothing. I know there's a character named Death, and that's it. That's literally all I know about this show. So I'm quite excited to watch it. I don't really know what I'm getting into. I know somebody whose opinion I trust and who I love dearly, my friend Nodin, sent me a message today saying, let me just see if I can quote him. Oh, no, I don't have Discord open. But I think it said something like, "Sandman, good show." Like, a very, very simple message. So, yeah, that's all I know. There's a character named Death. It is good show, and I'm gonna watch it now. So, let's go.
Let's be nerdy, babe. Let's be nerdy, let's be nerdy. Let's be nerdy, babe. Let's be nerdy, babe. Let's be nerdy, let's be nerdy, babe. Which humanity insists on calling the real world.
Waking world. I mean, this makes sense. We're dealing with Sandman, so should have said they're guessing there's something to do with dreams on this.
It's another life which awaits you.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
And nightmares.
Okay, so the Sandman, King of Dreams and Nightmares, makes sense. This is gorgeous. This is visually gorgeous. It's Tafiti in the background. You see Tafiti? It's just so much happening. Like, I'm sure I missed like 90% of what was there. Visually. Okay, now we've got a plague mask.
My lord. Nightmares, on the other hand, seem to thrive there.
Interesting. Okay, so dreams don't do well in the real world or the waking world, but nightmares
Wake up, sir. We're here.
do.
We rig.
Interesting.
We're ready.
So at this time period, I'm gonna guess like, what would this be? I'm not good with cars. 20s, 30s? 1916. All right, there we go. So it's in the midst of World War One. Correct. Yes, I am correct about that.
I've come to see Mr. Roderick Burgess.
So he's like a PhD doctor, I'm
Father
assuming.
likes to be called Mavis.
Ah. Okay, so we got some creepy, ladies or people in robes anyway. Huh. Some sort of like seance. I know this was like really popular in the, I think, 30s. I don't know.
Mavis will receive his guests in the study, Alex.
I take it you've reconsidered then?
After our meeting at the museum.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go with clothes. I can't tell these two men apart. I was about to say, are they the same actor?
This morning,
But I don't think they are.
Edmund.
Okay, so this is wartime, of course.
Oh, Doctor.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see them differently now.
All recently at Gallipoli.
Gallipoli, okay.
Forgive me,
Randall was my greatest joy.
Well, that's a nice thing to say with your other son sitting right there.
To be his. The Magdalene Grimoire.
That is not... that said Magdalene in the subtitles. Did not say Maudlin? Maudlin's a completely different word.
And my Randall will live again.
Going to assume this is not true. But will, like, the spells awaken a nightmare of some kind?
Here, in the darkness.
My assumption, my prediction, of course, is that death is not entirely evil. Death is a neutral force, doing possibly even a good force, because death is necessary for life. Corinthian. So is Corinthian the nightmare?
Living, killing mortals for pleasure.
Whatever we want.
I'm trying to figure out why he would be called Corinthian. I'm assuming there's like, meaning in all of these names and things. Okay, so the Sandman has all sorts of power.
No, I beg you.
Oh, they're summoning the Sandman. Sandman's not death. Sandman's just a dream person. Corinthian, of course, being a book in the Bible, I'm trying to think what about the Corinthians, like the Church of the Corinthians, that would be equivalent or somehow a metaphor for the nightmare. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Of course this spell is going to work. Like, of course magic is the thing in this world, so...
I summon you!
You're summoning the wrong dude. Is Maborum what he said before? Because it was not Magdalene. Yeah, no, they summoned the Sandman. That is... I'm assuming this is the Sandman. That's not death. Death... He made the blade turn to sand, so he's the Sandman, right? Oh, okay, so the nose of his plague mask is like a spine. What am I looking at?
Get that pouch for me. But be careful.
Really does not value this boy at all. Why can't you get the pouch, sir? Instead of sending your young child. Does look like a baby bird.
Move.
Following morning, there were some sleepers who could not wake up.
Oh no. There was a disease. There literally was a disease where sleeping people could not wake up. And like we still don't, from what I understand about this, we still don't fully understand it. I think it was around this time. Like people were in a coma for like 20 years or something. There's a movie about it called Awakenings. I wonder if that's like part of the inspiration for this.
In every city, town.
Yeah, it was a worldwide phenomenon. And I think to this day we still don't know exactly what happened. Huh, that is so cool. I'm hoping that's the connection. Is that the Corinthian?
I know all about
Yep, it is.
Roderick.
These are some distinctive sunglasses.
I'm here to help you.
So the Corinthian is American. It always sounds weird when there's like one non-British accent. Well, especially if it's an American accent among a bunch of British people. It just always hits the ear a bit wrong to me.
Desire, destiny, despair.
Oh, all these D words. I got the wrong one.
Dreams, not a god. Allow you to manipulate others.
Alright, so the Magus will be throughout the story. I'm assuming the story will span generations.
The circle will not be enough. Presence, no one. Or he will escape into your dreams.
Okay.
And you don't want that. Stimulants used to keep trench soldiers awake.
Ah,
Secret
meth.
guards use them at all times.
It's just like give them all meth. Okay.
Well,
So like the
have to deal
bird,
with that one.
I'm assuming like the bird is his familiar.
Jessamy. You should hope not.
Yes, because he is a walking nightmare. Literally. Okay, so Dream has a familiar named Jessamy. This dude is Magus. The little boy is Alex. Sorry, just trying to remember names. I'm horrible with names, so.
If you give him back to me, alive, well, I'll release you.
Do not
Is that in your
believe
power, Lord of
Dream
Dreams?
has that power.
Is to give you back your things. But power,
Now his
wealth,
body posture kind of looks like a frog. The shadow on his face there is kind of cool. Looks like a painting. Oh, they kind of had mirrored shadows, these two. Like the boy and Dream.
After day, and his followers.
Did Roderick get younger?
The
So,
Don't let your father catch you.
so Alex is aged, but of course, none of the adults have, I guess.
Do you want him to put a curse on you? Wanted to hex you and all your unborn children? No.
Who's this lady? She's intriguing to me.
Now.
Who are you? I like you.
Thanks for that.
Oh. She had ulterior motives. Intrigue. Interesting.
See Nolan Morris.
You get paid to sit in a room with somebody while on meth. To say, not particularly a hard job.
Watch him until they get here if you wanted to go.
No, Alex, don't you fall asleep now. I have a feeling he's gonna fall asleep. Why don't I want... Of course I want him to, because I want Dream to escape. I just don't want Alex to get in trouble. They've got me rooting for both. That's a look. He is a very pale boy.
I'm sorry. He's not a bad man, my father. He just... I would let you out.
You would you?
Oh no.
I didn't say anything.
I don't enjoy Roderick, is it?
Magus, I promise.
He'd slaughter you.
You make your son call you Magus?
Is that what you want?
What is it? What's wrong?
Oh,
It's Jessamy. No.
so okay.
Can't be the same
This-
bird, can it?
Girl has hooked up with old Magus.
Shoot the fucking bird.
So I'm assuming the bird was trying to save Alex in that moment. What is that? Is it like a magpie? What kind of bird is it? I don't know, with the white stripe on it. Kind of looks like the inverse of a bird I see here in Korea all the time. Oh, is it in the house? Get out of there, Roderick's here. Is he gonna not see the big bird? It's a pretty big bird. Oh, okay. There's a bunch of animals in this room. I guess that makes sense. Clever bird, clever bird. Clever of a girl. Alright. Can this bird do anything to save Dream? Like, is there any possibility? No! Did you actually kill Alex? Please tell me you didn't do it. But you broke the seal.
You could have shattered the glass.
He did the thing you wanted. Ugh. Do not like Roderick. Roderick is an unpleasant person. Do I see tears in his eyes? Yes! That's that. Thank you. I was trying to remember the name.
Some begged for sleep that would not come.
Encephalitis lethargus. Yes.
Sorry, sir. That'll keep you awake.
Well, now I'm sorry, but that's the lighting and the chemistry. Yeah, it's not a good thing when you're hiding from your father. This is not a good situation. Roderick is perpetually awful.
Don't worry.
Okay, so is she escaping?
What is it? What's wrong?
And 200,000 in cash.
Oh,
She's taken far more than that. No.
interesting.
Badly dream of the endless.
So, okay,
The woman
very
who
interesting.
has gone. You give me what I've been asking for.
Don't think he can.
Wealth, youth, immortality. Oh, you're a god. These
Okay,
things
so
are
now he's not even asking for his son anymore.
And you want your freedom?
Selfish asshole. You're gonna break the
Get
glass?
away from me.
Whoa. Oh.
Sir.
Sorry. Gleefully rejoicing in the possibility that this man just died. The ruby's not there, the helm, the robes. I think he might be deceased, sir.
He's dead.
In emergency, break glass. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it!
What would your father say?
Who gives a fuck? My father was an asshole.
Dead.
So yes, I'm fine, because my father was an asshole. Look at him in his wet shirt. You two should kiss. Your father just died. Probably not the healthiest, but, I mean,
Sorry, Alex.
you should still kiss. Yeah.
New love was born.
Yay! Okay, good. Oh, and
9
Ethel had her
months
baby,
later,
yeah.
Ethel Cripps gave birth to a son.
Moved his hand this morning. Right hand.
Oh, is Roderick still alive? Wait. Who? Oh, no, this is the Sandman.
I do mean it.
Not an asshole like my
Just
dad.
promise that you won't harm me
There's like
or Paul.
the shadow behind
I will
him,
let
that
you
shape was interesting.
Should I have forgiven him for murdering my raven?
Okay, it was a raven. I didn't know ravens could have like white stripes in them. I always thought they were
But
totally
in the
black.
end,
But all I ever wanted was to be free of you.
Oh, so Alex never let him. Oh, Alex, I'm disappointed in you.
Surely you want that too. Darling,
I mean, I'm glad that he got to grow old with Paul, but I thought Alex was gonna be better than that. Oh, they've broken the binding circle. I mean, you'd think somebody would notice that. Like, that's a big deal.
Oh, Dracula is not giving an inch. Lucky bugger.
Oh dear. Is he going to sleep? Yes, there we go. Alright, Sandman, sir. So you stopped giving them meth. Now Majorca's turned into a desert. Full of sand. Oh, perfect. Yes. There we go. He is now free because The thingy's broken. Pretty peaceful, this gentleman. Just putting them to sleep. Oh, that has to be like a panel directly out of the graphic novels. That's exactly what that looked like. Oh. Is this his stream now? Oh.
Hello.
Those glowy eyes, that's scary. So you got, like, the way that's behind him there is wings.
He's free.
Oh, there's the Corinthian. So he's got a scar or something there on the side of his face. So this man's been, like, out there killing.
Just like me.
Wait, what's wrong with his eyes? Oh, okay. So yeah, he's definitely something wrong with his eyes. Because he's out there taking other people's eyes? I don't like that. So he still doesn't have his, like, vestments, his robes, his helmet, and his, jewel. Alright, so yeah, that's the gateway to his castle. I'm sure there's all sorts of visual things happening in his gates. They're massive, my god.
The palace.
Oh, is it going to be in disrepair?
They are not as you left them.
Or some sort of darkness has settled in, or something? This does not look as pleasant as it did at the beginning. This looks desolate and foreboding. His voice is very hoarse.
You are the realm began to decay.
Sorry, I'm having
and crumble.
Wheel of Time. The land is one with the dragon.
And the residents?
Or like Fisher King, I suppose.
The palace staff? Do my own subjects not know me?
It's been a century, sir.
Sir.
Okay. I'm not gonna watch
You would return.
the preview for what's gonna happen because I'm gonna watch this show. And I don't like to see previews for stuff that I know I'm gonna watch. Like, I did not watch the Sandman trailer because I knew I was gonna watch the show. So, yeah. I really, really like that. The first thing I am gonna say, it does not look like a Netflix show, and I mean that in the best way possible. Stranger Things didn't look like a Netflix show, but a lot of the Netflix, like, original shows, they just sort of have this veneer of being hastily put together. There was one I watched a few years ago about a little boy with superpowers, and it drove me crazy because that show felt like it had so much potential, but it also felt like everything I was listening to, like, it was the dialogue. It felt like a first draft. And I feel like a lot of Netflix shows feel like that to me, like it's a first draft. It's the first, like, there's no, see if you can make it better. There's no improvements. There's no anything. They just trying to do things quickly. This feels like there is time and money put into the writing, the special effects, the costumes, the set design. Everything is good. Like, the quality it feels like Apple TV. Sorry. Of all the streaming services, Apple is the one that always feels the highest quality to me right now. Even shows I don't like, I have to, like, I acknowledge, it still looks like it's really, really well done, even if I'm not particularly the audience for this show. But okay, I am the audience for The Sandman. This is a good show. I'm really, really liking it. I'm very curious. I'm gonna look it up. I grew up very, very religious, but I'm trying to remember what the Corinthian church, like, all of the epistles of Paul were written to specific churches who had some sort of vice or, like, there was always some sort of theme running through all of the epistles. So, this church would have I don't know, they all had different, vice is the wrong word, but they all had different flaws that Paul was addressing, and that is sort of the thesis of each of the epistles of Paul. You don't just name a character the Corinthian. There has to be a reason for it. I'm assuming it's biblical, actually, and now that I'm thinking about it, Neil Gaiman is not necessarily always going to pull from a Judeo-Christian tradition. Corinth was an actual place. So, is there something that Corinth, I think it's a city, was known for? I want to look this up. Or should I? Should I not look it up? Is it going to spoil me? I don't know. What's up with the dude's eyes, though? I don't know. I'm really, really disappointed in Alex. I thought Alex was going to let him go. I don't know. I had in my mind that Alex was going to become like an ally, or early on, there was a scene when they were looking at each other and both of their faces were mirrored in shadow. Because of the way that was mirrored, and because if you know my channel, you know that I just did this huge, long series about costumes, which has me paying a lot more attention to visual detail like that. I know I said at the beginning, I'm not very visual, and I am not. I'm much better with TV and movies for paying attention to visual detail, and doing reactions definitely makes me pay much more attention. But because of that mirroring, I thought it was a foreshadowing of, okay, Alex is going to let him go and then possibly become his like apprentice or something. Although if the dream is endless, he's not going to need an apprentice. But he makes dreams, right? So maybe he could have become a dream. I don't know anything about the magic system or whatever you want to call it of this world. I don't know who Lucien is. Again, because of my background, I heard Lucien and immediately went, okay, Lucifer? But I don't know. Alright, so Ethel went off and had a kid, and she still has all of Dream's stuff. So I'm going to assume Ethel actually hasn't aged, right? She's got to be the same age. Did her child... She would have let her child grow to adulthood, I assume. Nobody would imprison their child in a child's body. That would be horrifying. So I'm assuming that is going to be something that's going to come up at some point. And yeah, I love the tie-in with this thing that actually happened in history. It's like, there's been these plagues that have happened through history that are fascinating, like the dancing plague. Nobody knows what caused the dancing plague, where people just suddenly danced until they died. And then there's this sleeping plague where people just slept for decades and nobody seemed to know why. There could be actually knowledge about it now. As far as I know, nobody knows why, and it's utterly fascinating. I don't feel like I know Dream very well. I mean, he was able to survive and endure being locked in a cage for over a century. He did not like it, though, but he was able to endure that, so it shows me he's got some fortitude, although he's an endless being, so assuming the idea of some creature that has no beginning and no end, or at least has no end, 100 years is not, like, I don't know. But I haven't seen very much of him. He seems determined and, I don't know what other word, unbreakable, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. His voice is interesting to me. It's he's very much doing this with his voice. And as a speech pathologist, part of me wonders, is that just because he didn't speak for a while? Is that like some sort of dysphonia that's going on there? So you saw with Us and what's her name? The cat Red in Us, who spoke like that, and she actually researched spastic dysphonia for that, because if you don't speak for a while, you can your vocal apparatus can atrophy. It also could just be his normal voice. Like, that could be the voice that he's deciding to use for the show. It doesn't feel like his natural voice, I guess is what I'm saying. It feels like he's going deep into his register for some reason. And yeah, the mythos of this world feels incredibly deep. I'm really, really curious. But more than that, like, I was really, really invested in what was happening. Like, that time jump shocked the hell out of me, because I really was invested in the characters. It's amazing how well the show got me invested in these characters who apparently are just not going to be there. Like, they've lived and died. Or I guess, I don't know, is Alex, he's going to have an eternal sleep? At some point he has to die. I don't know. Okay. I feel like at some point, like, it would be unjust to make him sleep eternally and experience dreams and nightmares eternally. So at some point he should die, I would hope. Sorry, death is not always a bad thing. But okay, I've been talking a lot. I really, really like this show. I'm definitely watching episode 2. It's one of the worst things about doing reactions is that you can't just jump into the next episode. You gotta stop, edit the video, post the video, and then watch the next. The good thing about it, though, is it makes the show last longer. Anyway, what do you think about this show? I'm going to assume most of the people who are watching this will probably have read the graphic novel, so you have knowledge about the show that I don't have. I do not like spoilers, so please don't spoil me. The only question that I do really have, though, is, was my friend lying to me about the link between Neil Gaiman and Tori Amos? Is at some point a character going to show up in here that, in the graphic novels anyway, was modeled on Tori Amos? Is that a thing that is real? I'm very curious about that. Let me know in the comments below. If you like my content and you do want to support me, I do have a Patreon. It is linked in the description below, and I say this with absolute sincerity, and I mean it every single time I say it. I am so grateful to my patrons. I literally could not do any of this without you. The help that my patrons, the help that you give me, the support that you give me means so much to me and helps me in very real and tangible ways. So thank you so very much. And with that, I am going to end this here. So please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!